Hi, I'm Liz Flower with METV at Sarasota's beautiful Selby Gardens for the 17th annual Sarasota Film Festival. This is the evening that they're going to tell us about the films that are going to be shown, the celebrities that are going to be here, and a glimpse into why Sarasota loves the film festival. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Liz Flower here at Sarasota's beautiful Selby Gardens with the event director, Amy Donnellan. Hi, Amy.
Hello. It's nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you. Well, another year.
Another year. It's exciting. A lot of new things this year, so we're really excited.
It's the 17th year, isn't it?
It's the 17th year.
Oh, wonderful. Amy, tell us about some of the upcoming events that you've got planned.
All right. So we have tonight is our sponsor and press kickoff, and that's to thank all the sponsors and the press that help us run this amazing festival. As you all know, we're nonprofit, and the sponsors are crucial in helping this happen for us. So this is a thank you to them. We're here. It's beautiful tonight, so I'm so excited that the weather cooperated with us today. As far as the upcoming events, it's going to be all in the film guide. So any questions you have or anything like that, you can always check on our website, www.sarasotafilmfestival.com. And in our film guide, it has all the events listed there as well. We have our opening night film and after party this year at the Sarasota Opera House. So it's a little different than last year, yes. So we're really excited about that. And then moving forward from there, there's a lot of new events that we haven't had last year. So we've got some new ones to look forward to. One of which is a film called Capturing Grace, and we're partnering with the Neuro Challenge. And we're doing a really lovely screening of that film at the Florida Studio Theater on Monday, April 13th. So you don't want to miss that. Get your tickets to that event. We also are partnering with, not partnering, but we're working with the students of the Booker High School. And they have come up with an amazing film about their community called A Glimpse Through Our Eyes. And it's about the Newtown community, and we're showing that at the Opera House with a beautiful VIP reception to kick that event off, and that's on Thursday, April 16th, so you want to get your tickets to that as well. Oh man, I'm missing so many events right now.
You've really changed it up.
Yes, we've changed it up. Our Cinema Tropical event this year is actually at Michael's on East. We've gone back to where A Night of a Thousand Stars originated.
A delicious place.
It is, and there'll be plenty of food. You will not be leaving hungry. The chefs at Michael's on East just go above and beyond for that. We've got some really cool special guests coming to that this year, as well as our runway show, which is always a very popular attraction.
It's also popular, but we are here tonight just to get the insider view.
Yes.
We understand you've got some amazing people. Are we going to save all that information for later? Or are you going to share it with us?
I would love to share it with you. However, I have to let the higher powers handle that one, unfortunately.
Well, it's great to have you here tonight.
I can spill the beans on one. We are doing a very special, intimate conversation. So it's part of our conversation series, and it's an intimate conversation with Blythe Danner. So she'll be here, and we're doing that on April 18th at the Ritz-Carlton Beach Club on Lido. So that's going to be really nice, something different to kind of, shake things up a bit. So
Blythe Danner is Gwyneth Paltrow's mommy, isn't she?
She is, yes.
Wonderful. I know you've got a lot of surprises up your sleeve.
We do. We sure do.
You work so hard putting this all together. Sarasota is such a film-friendly town.
It is, yeah, and we do that. This is a people's festival. This is for the community, and and we the support from the community is what gets us through it, really.
Well, we're thrilled to be here tonight. Amy, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure. Enjoy. Have fun.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for more of the 17th Annual Sarasota Film Festival at beautiful Selby Garden. Hi, I'm Liz Flower with METV at the 17th Annual Sarasota Film Festival. We have the pleasure of having Derek home with us. Hi, Derek.
Nice to meet you, Liz. I'm
Derek,
happy to be here.
We're glad to have you here. What a great night for a wonderful festival, the 17th Annual. Derek, I understand that you're one of the programming professionals here. Is that correct?
Yes, and I've programmed a number of festivals before now, but this is the first full-time job I've had as a programmer, so it's really exciting for me.
Well, I understand you're a hometown boy, so you're a hometown hero.
Or prodigal son, however you want to look at it. But yeah, it's exciting to be back a part of this festival. I've watched it from afar, all the way from California, all these many years. I worked at a film school in California, and I would submit our student films to this festival, and it would be exciting to get our films in here. But now I'm here, and I was not in charge of the shorts, so I cannot claim any sort of bias to getting those student films in here. But I was in charge of programming a lot of the feature films, as well as a web series program, which I'd love to tell you all about. It'll be taking place Wednesday, 6:30 p.m., April 15th. So if you're not doing your taxes that night, come on down and watch some of the best web series that have premiered online last year. And we're trying to keep the festival cutting edge. You know, the World Wide Web is an incredible place to scout new talent. It's sort of the television of the future. And so we'll be highlighting a lot of webisodes. And the creators of the web series will be here, along with the VP of programming from Maker Studios. If you know, that's one of the largest web series companies out there, was acquired by Disney last year. So we'll have an interesting panel after the web series program. It's a lot of comedy, so if you enjoy comedy, come to that program.
Oh, we all love to laugh. Well, Derek, this is so exciting.
Yes, and you know, there's a lot of films in the program that are only playing once as well, so I'd like to bring your attention, when you study the film guide, check out when the films are playing. If it's only playing once, then backtrack to see what films it conflicts with and see when those films are playing another time, so you don't miss out on those single screenings.
Do your homework, look at your program. It's always sad if you miss something you really wanted to see.
Yeah, hopefully many of these films will go on to have great distribution deals and will be able to be seen in the theater and on cable television. But hopefully try to see it here, because many of the filmmakers will be here doing live Q&As after the film.
It's amazing. Well, it's such a film-friendly town, Sarasota. We're thrilled to have you here.
Thank you. And can't wait to see you at the movies.
See you at the movies. Hi, I'm Liz Flower with METV at the 17th Annual Sarasota Film Festival with Michael Dunaway. Hello, Michael.
How's it going, Liz?
It's going great. Michael, you've replaced Tom Hall, who's gone off to Montclair, New Jersey. We're so happy to have you here. Tell us a little bit about what you do and what you bring to the festival.
Well, thank you. I'm really excited to be here. You know, this has been one of my favorite festivals. It's been my favorite festival for the last few years, as I covered as a journalist. So now it's really special, you know, to come back to Sarasota and be able to be a part of the programming team here. I'm the creative producer and director of programming, and so I sort of run the ship in the programming department, but then we also have three fantastic programmers that have been working with us as well. We have Derek Horn, our hometown hero from Sarasota, who's come back, and then we have Kaylee Fagerstrom. Kaylee's been with the festival for several years now, running the shorts program. And then we also had additional help from my dear friend Maggie McKay, who lives in Los Angeles and has been a programmer for the Los Angeles Film Festival. She runs the Indie Spirit Awards nominations. Great resume, great girl. So we got a fantastic team.
You do have a great team. What can we expect to take away from this year's festival?
Well, you know, this year's festival is going to, my goal when I came in was to maintain really the level of excellence in programming that the festival has had over the last few years. It's quite a high bar, but I believe we've met it. We have a little bit of something for everyone. We have comedies, we have very serious dramas, we have some films with some horror genre elements in it. We have foreign films, U.S. films, short films, feature films. We got a little bit of everything. Celebrity-laden films with no one you've ever heard of. It's a really very eclectic program program, and I really do think it'll have something for everyone.
Something for everyone. Well, we are so excited to be here tonight. And a little bit later, I guess we're going to let the cat out of the bag.
That's right. Just not very long now, and you will all know exactly what's on the docket for the 2015 Sarasota Film Festival.
We're so excited. Michael, it's a pleasure, and you look marvelous.
Thank you so much.
Fair.
You too. You know, I had to bring my A game to stand over here next to you.
Well, we're honored to have you here tonight. We'll see you at the movies. Hi, I'm Liz Flower, back with METV at the 17th Annual Sarasota Film Festival with the great honor of having Jedediah Shoemaker. Hi, Jedediah.
Hi there. Yeah, it's great to be here. It's been a long road to get here, and we're really psyched about having more films this year than in any prior year.
More films than ever. Jedediah is the associate director.
Yeah, that means just about everything, you know.
You do it all?
A little bit of everything, just trying to help everybody else get their jobs done.
There's been lots of changes in this year's film festival. We've had a few people move on and over, and you've had a big amount of work and big shoes to fill.
Definitely big shoes to fill, but we're really excited to make a statement this year. At last count, it was 269 films in the festival this year, and we have more films in different venues than we have in past years, bringing a film to Florida Studio Theater and more films in the Sarasota Opera House than in years past as well.
That's exciting to have it at the Opera House. That'll be a pretty venue.
It's a wonderful venue. It seats a lot of folks, but beyond that, it makes the film an experience, which is what we're going for, a little bit more than just seeing a movie, because you have to bring people out of their homes. You've got to give them something, both with talent attending, with directors and producers for great Q&As, but just there's nothing like seeing a film in a big venue.
That's how I feel. A lot of people rent movies. I love the big screen. It's just that energy. And this is such a film-friendly town. We have amazing reception for everything that's going on.
We have a wonderful audience in Sarasota. A lot of folks turn out every year, and I can't wait to show them what we've brought this year.
269 films are a lot of films. Are you involved in the selection process of this?
So not really. There's a little bit of a firewall between those managing the festival and those picking films. I did go to Sundance this year with the group, so I did get to see a couple of the films, and there was one film in particular called Most Likely to Succeed that I was really excited to try to get here. It's a documentary on education and different models of education that I think is going to do well here. A lot of people loved Ivory Tower last year. That sold out, and I think that a similar crowd will really enjoy this film.
Well, there seems to be something for everyone.
Yeah, we're really going for that. Another thing this year that's bigger and better, the beach screenings. We have one on Siesta Key Beach, just like last year.
Really?
And these are free, open to the public screenings of family-friendly films. Finding Nemo on Siesta Beach, and
perfect.
Dolphin Tale on Lido.
How perfect. Absolutely perfect. So those are free?
Those are free, open to the public on April 4th and the 12th. And if I'm not mixing things up, it's April 4th should be Siesta with Finding Nemo, and April 12th should be Dolphin Tale over on Lido Beach.
Very interesting. That sounds great. So if we want to find out more about all of these films, where's the best place to get this information?
You want to head over to sarasotafilmfestival.com. If you're looking to buy tickets, you can call our box office at 941-366-6200. And that's going to start, ticket sales start tomorrow for members and sponsors, and on Friday for the general public at 11 a.m. both days.
Very cool. And are they still doing the VIP sponsorships and that kind of thing where you buy a VIP ticket?
There are VIP levels for various events, and all of that will be laid out in the film guide and on the website. When you go to purchase tickets, it'll lay out your options for you. And the VIP options are normally seating, and for some of the parties, they're special access, closer access to the talent and that sort of thing.
Very great. Wonderful. I'm looking forward to those beach blanket movies.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. We had 1,000 people turn out for the Siesta Key one last year, and it was wonderful. We had a mermaid maid out in front handing out necklaces and things for little kids. It was great. We're going to do something similar this year.
Not to be missed. Michael, Jedediah, excuse me, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
And I hope you enjoy some films yourself this year.
Absolutely. I won't miss them.
Great. Thank you.
I'm Liz Flower with METV at the 17th Annual Sarasota Film Festival, and we have the good fortune of having Judge Charles Williams with us tonight. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Just wonderful. It's great to see you here.
It's great to be here.
You are quite a multifaceted gentleman.
Well, I surround myself with multifaceted people, but I just sort of hang around and see what happens, and I'm fortunate to be around people that are very gifted, and I just sort of hang around for the ride.
Well, tell us what you're working on now.
Well, the first thing that's coming to mind, because we're here at the Sarasota Film Festival, is a documentary film that I'm very proud of. It's called Newtown at 100, A Glimpse Through Their Eyes, and it's a collaborative project that involves the Sarasota Film Festival, Booker High School, myself. Manatee Educational Television is also involved with it, and we will have a premiere of this film April 16th in the evening at the Sarasota Opera House, so we're really proud of that.
Oh, sounds great. You also did a great film last year. We loved that. That was on dementia.
It was a film that we have been working on, and we were very proud of how that's turned out. So this has sort of been an annual event for us, so hopefully we'll have another film next year.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, I know that Sarasota loves film.
It does. It's a very nurturing community, and one of the reasons that we wanted to get involved with the Sarasota Film Academy and Booker High School is that we wanted to encourage high school students to consider film as a career. And so we're hoping that this film, Newtown at 100, which celebrates the 100th anniversary of the Newtown neighborhood of Sarasota, the traditional African-American neighborhood, will sort of be a conduit for these students to consider film as a career. So it's going to serve a couple of purposes. One, I think it's going to be entertaining. I think it's also going to educate the public on Newtown. So we're very happy with that.
Oh, it sounds great. We won't miss it. And that's April 16th.
April 16th, 7 p.m. at the Sarasota Opera House.
Wonderful. Sounds like a great venue. We will see you at the movies, Judge Williams. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you there.
We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Liz Flower with METV at the 17th Annual Sarasota Film Festival with the chairman and president, Mark Famiglio. Hi, Mark.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
It's great to see you. What a cool festival you have put together this year.
So thoughtful and sweet to say that. Everybody's worked very hard. We've got hundreds of volunteers. We've got an incredible staff. We have a ridiculous programming department this year. Everything is morphed into this kind of bigger than life thing that we're going to see occur here in the next couple of weeks. We're very excited.
We hear that there's more films this year than there have ever been before.
Yeah, by a small order of magnitude. I think we have just shy of 270 films, and it's strange to say, but it's growing as we speak. We are having films thrown at us at the last minute that we're struggling with, that include a lot of high-profile people. Gosh, this festival really has grown to the point where it's unstoppable.
Sarasota loves your film festival.
Boy, thank you. The tagline for us this year, and one we're very happy about, is called The Hearts and Minds of Independent Film. And we're getting to appreciate, on a personal level, a lot of the people who make these films. And on another note, tonight we're here to celebrate the hearts and minds of our sponsors and the people of this community that make this possible. So I'm glad you guys are here, because METV is a big part of that every single year. And I'm very honest with you when I say we couldn't do what we do without METV. We really couldn't.
Thank you, Mark. Well, we're so honored to be here. You really have something for everyone, but we can't wait to hear the inside scoop. Who's really going to be here and what's really going to be shown.
Well, like I do most years, I'm going to tell you something that I never tell anybody, but come closer.
Oh, don't leave now. You heard it from the mouth of the president and chairman of the film festival, Mark Famiglio. He's still leaving us hanging. We can't wait, but stay tuned, because we have the inside edge. We're going to get the information to you before anybody else does about who's going to be here and what's going to play. Hi, I'm Liz Flower with METV, and we've got the good fortune to be here with Samuel Curtis. Hello, Samuel.
Hey, how you doing?
Would you like to be called Sam or Samuel?
Whatever you'd like. I like to go by Samuel, though.
All right, Samuel. Samuel is the educational director for this year's film festival. Tell us about all these great things you have going on.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Charlie Ann Seipert and Mark Famiglio, who, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here this year. They supported me as a young filmmaker growing up here in this community, and got me the position here, to give back to the youth and as much as I can inspire the next generation of Sarasota filmmakers.
Well, you are a hometown hero. It's wonderful that you stayed in this beautiful community.
Yeah, it's and I really believe in the future. I think just with the way technology is these days, it's the best time in history to become a filmmaker. The access to technology has become such more available. So this project we're doing at Booker this summer.
Is that the Newtown project?
Yes, Newtown at 100, A Glimpse Through Our Eyes. It's really just blossomed into something none of us could have ever dreamed when we first started the project.
How did it all start?
Well, Charlie Ann Seipert and the Honorable Judge Charles E. Williams had been developing it for quite some time, and they approached me, a recent film school graduate, to sit down with the students and see how we could actually produce the documentary.
Were they excited about it?
The students?
Yes.
Oh, they were incredibly excited. This year is the centennial anniversary. It's 100 years of Newtown.
How perfect.
And so we sat down, and not only is the story about the history of Newtown told from the residents, but it was an opportunity for these students to learn filmmaking, and everyone involved. It changed their life, changed my life, working on the project. So.
I love hearing about those stories. How many kids were involved in making the film?
So we started out with just a small crew of 5 students, hand-picked from Dr. Rachel Shelley, the principal over at Booker High School. None of them had filmmaking experience before, and one of our students, through this whole process, just got accepted into Ringling, decided he wants to go into the film career. We worked with sophomores to seniors, and from all this, it's just grown. We're building the Film Academy next year, hoping to attract anywhere from 50 to 100 students.
Oh, how exciting!
We started up our first year doing a spring academy. This film was birthed out of a summer academy, and it's totally blossomed to something that none of us would have ever dreamed of. And it would have not happened without the entire support of the community. That's what I learned, going to film school. You cannot make a film without the support of a community.
It takes a whole community.
And Sarasota is one of the best communities in the country, and it's
like they've all turned out here tonight.
Yes, they have. I'm looking forward to go talk to them all.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we're thrilled. We're so excited about this year's festival, and we're looking forward to your film. And tell us the name one more time.
Newtown at 100, A Glimpse Through Our Eyes.
Glimpse Through Our Eyes. What's the best way to find out about programming and timing? Do you have a good website for this?
Yeah, so if you just go to our main website, sarasotafilmfestival.com, you can find a link on our main webpage, newtown100.sarasotafilmfestival.com.
Those kids must be so excited.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the premiere. It's gonna, in 1952 or 54, The Greatest Show on Earth premiered there at the Opera House, and later that year it won the Academy Award, and that's why the Opera House, that was the first time a movie ever played there.
Wonderful. Well, and we're back now.
We're back.
How many years ago was that?
Yeah, so I love the festival, and I'm looking for, I really believe in the future here, and it all stems from the students. More filmmakers starting at a young age, learning the craft of filmmaking, and going to New York or LA, but coming back. More films need to be shot here in Sarasota, more student filmmakers. More student filmmakers.
More student filmmakers. Well, it sounds like you've got the energy, and you're the man that can help make that all happen.
Yes, and everyone and a great staff at the festival. So
we're looking forward to a wonderful festival. Thank you for all you're doing. We'll look forward to seeing that film April 16th at the Opera House.
Yep.
Okay, Samuel, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
I'll see you at the movies. Hi, I'm Liz Flower with METV, and I'm here with Ann Fries.
Hi, good to talk to you.
Great to talk with you. Ann is with the Through Women's Eyes film program. Ann, will you tell us a little bit more about this?
Sure. Through Women's Eyes Film Festival has been held for the last 16 years here in Sarasota, and it supports the activities of our chapter of the U.S. National Committee for UN Women. We showed 19 films by a variety of women filmmakers that deal with women's issues and are all films by women. That's kind of part of our mission. We've partnered now with the Sarasota Film Festival for 6 years and are a part of their program and obviously profit and benefit from their support.
I was there last year and I was so impressed by the films. It's just amazing what's going on.
Well, thank you. This year we received over 240 films submitted for a 2-day program where we chose 19. So we think we have a really fantastic program of documentaries and narratives.
And how do you go about selecting those films? Out of 200 and some films, you came down to 19?
That's right. We have a great committee that takes on the task of also reviewing the films, taking a look. So we do it by committee. And we also do our best not only to balance topics, a variety of different issues, but also to balance countries from which the movies emanate. We have a film from Denmark this year, one from Australia. We have another one from Israel, and
wonderful, the whole international series.
Yeah, exactly, and 11 of our 19 filmmakers will be coming this year to join us.
Oh, wonderful. Well, it's great what you all put together. I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Come see us Saturday and Sunday, April 11th and 12th at the Regal Hollywood 20.
Absolutely. Ann, thank you so much.
You're entirely
We'll see you at the movie.
All righty. Thank you.
This year, like most years, we have a great lineup of films for you, and we'll get into that in a minute. I want to thank our main sponsors this evening, the Amicus Foundation. Sharon Weiner, I think, is here representing them somewhere. I saw her earlier. So I'd like to thank Sharon, because this literally wouldn't happen without her. Who else are our major sponsors this year? Of course, Regal Hollywood 20. Without Regal Cinema, we are using the Opera House this year as a principal venue as well, and we're very thankful for their cooperation in making that happen. I'd like to thank Copy Talk, Aviation Partners of America, and Cambrin Biologics. And I'm sure if I'm forgetting anything that Charlie Seipert, our development director, will follow up and fill in the blanks. But first, I'd like to introduce someone who's leading up our programming effort this year. We had some changes last year, and as a consequence, we went on a worldwide search for people to occupy the programming part of our festival. I was very nervous at first because I was trying to find a way to kind of back out the back door for the last couple of years. And I was nervous that I'd have to get very involved again in this process. And in fact, I did. But after some false starts with a number of very well-known people in the film business, we settled back and kind of approached the process with fresh eyes. And when we did, we found a grouping of people that we think far surpasses any programming staff of any festival. I'm going to go out, and I think I'm going to say any festival anywhere in this country. I think that many of the other programming departments at other festivals have approached me and agreed with me. Some of them will be coming to the festival this year really out of curiosity to see how this programming group has really come together to produce an incredible festival. So I'd like to introduce you now our Director of Programming. He hails from Atlanta, Georgia, although he's here most of the time now, Mr. Michael Dunaway.
Hey everybody. I'm going to put this back on the stand, if you do not mind. All right. Thanks a lot, and thanks everybody for coming out. As Mark told you, I'm Michael Dunaway. I'm the new creative producer of the Sarasota Film Festival. That's the indefatigable head of our organization, the man foolish enough to hire me, Mark Familio. We really appreciate you all coming out. It's really such a privilege, and I mean that, to be able to reveal our program first to the people at this event. You know, we love our national press, we love our out-of-town guests, but never forget and never make a mistake. It is very clear to us that it is the support of our local press, our local sponsors, our local donors, our local members, our local audience that provides the very fuel for our support of national and international independent filmmakers. Don't worry, we never forget our first name. We are not just any film festival, we are the Sarasota Film Festival. One of the reasons, really one of the main reasons, really you could say the main reason, or possibly the only reason that we are here in our presentation of the hearts and minds of independent film is our donors and our sponsors. Our donors and sponsors provide the hearts and minds of the Sarasota community, as well as the hearts and minds of our organization. And in all seriousness, we literally would not be here without you. So thank you. And to go into more detail and to tell you about our education and outreach programs, I'd like to introduce you to our Director of Development and Resident Office Firebrand, and those of you know or know exactly what I mean, Charlie Ann Cyprit.
Thank you. First and foremost, on behalf of the entire staff and our robust army of volunteers, we need to thank the real heart and mind, backbone and muscle of this festival, and that is the leadership, and that's Mark Familio. Did I say, he's back there throwing rubber hearts and minds. I take back everything I said. But I want to, seriously, we want to thank the leadership, the visionary leadership of our board of directors. Many of them are here tonight. Sharon Weiner, George Argyris, our new treasurer. We're so delighted to have him on board. I know I saw Ann Logan, Alan Wallach. I did not see Wanda. Are you here? Wanda Rao Libby, just a longtime supporter. And I want to make sure I don't leave anyone out. David couldn't be here, and the wonderful Wes Roberts and the beautiful Kelly Martella from Boar's Head. Without their guidance, their vision, we couldn't do what we're doing. So on behalf of all of us, thanks guys for letting us do what we love. Yeah. There are too many of you here to name, to say thank you. So I am not going, and Mark will get the hook and pull me off stage. He's threatened me with that. So I can't name all of you, but I would be remiss if I didn't thank our major sponsors. I know Skip and Gail Sack left, but the Amicus Foundation, Publix Charities, Embracing Our Differences. There are just, again, so many to name, so I won't do that. I encourage you to take the time, though, go through this film guide and not only study the movies, but look at and see who's making this festival possible. The Sarasota Film Festival, many of you don't realize, is a 501c charity. That means that we rely on the generous donations of all of you, both cash and in kind. Ticket sales account for only 1/3 of the revenue that's needed to keep us going. And the rest of it, we get a very small percentage in grants from the government and private foundations, but the rest of it comes from you. You have made this possible for all of us. So I'm not going to be shy. We need you to keep giving. I want you to give bigger and more every year so we can show bigger and more films. We've got a lot of exciting things happening this year, and I want to grow, and Mark wants to grow them, and our board wants to grow them, but we need your help. One of the things that we do, Michael mentioned, is we have an amazing education and outreach program. Most people, when they think of the film festival, they think of the theater downtown and our famous parties. But one of the biggest components of this effort is our education program, and we have stepped it up substantially this year. We serve over 6,000 kids throughout the Manatee, Sarasota community. And thanks to the folks at Embracing Our Differences, the wonderful Dennis McGillicuddy, Sarah, Michael Shelton, we're going to bus in 2,000 kids to see films. Many of them, their first time they have been in a theater. We really, yes, and they deserve a round of applause. We want kids to see films because film is one of the most compelling tools out there to shape their minds as they grow. Not only do we do that Kids VIP trip, but we have a new education instructor, Samuel Curtis, this year working with us, and he has been visiting all of the schools that are participating in our programs, teaching the fundamentals of filmmaking, screenwriting, script writing, and then critiquing and how to review films. And why I love that so much, because when you think about it, filmmaking is the fundamental collaborative process. So while these kids are learning this, they're also learning teamwork, reliance, depending on each other, respect for each other. So we are making a difference in our community. I am really excited tonight to share with you that we will be premiering on April 16th, one of the most exciting projects that I've been involved with since I've been with the festival, the very first film created by the very first official Sarasota Film Festival Student Film Academy. We piloted it this summer. Yes, let's all clap. I want you to know about it. We piloted it this summer, thanks to Mark's support, with 5 young filmmakers from Booker High. That's probably my husband on the boat. 5 young film students from Booker High School, and we were asked by the editor of Sarasota Herald Tribune. He suggested, why don't they make a film on the history of Newtown? And so we recruited Judge Charles Williams. I know he's in the audience. We recruited him, and Samuel Curtis was hired, and we worked with these kids all summer long, all fall, and you will be just amazed at the story they tell. And if you don't think we have an impact, I want to share one quick story, and then I promise I'll stop talking. The first, this one young filmmaker was literally living on the streets when she joined our program. And by the way, Dr. Shelley and the Booker High School team selected these kids. She was literally homeless. By the time she finished this project of working day in and day out with Samuel and Charles, she went back home with her mother. And she thanked us for teaching her how to see another perspective of things, how to express herself, how to work with other people. And if that's not an accolade of the good work we do, I don't know what is. So please, please come on April 16th. You're going to see Saisha. We've got Green Bay Packer All-Star. I don't know one team from the other, but I understand he's a very big star. Sam Shields, he's coming. We're trying to find other grads and other local young filmmakers who've made it big to come. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I have to tell you, we've got a whole host of exciting things happening that you'll hear about, all opportunities for you to open your hearts, your minds, and your wallets. We have a luncheon. We've got several designated fundraisers, and I'm counting on all of you to lend your support. So I'm hoping to see you at our luncheon, at our special screening that will benefit people facing Parkinson's, and our education programs. So thank you very, very much. We appreciate your support, and I'll see you at the movies.
Bravo. Good job.
I'm surprised you didn't get me the
I'd like to introduce some other members of our programming staff. You met Michael Dunaway a little bit ago, and I'm going to introduce a hometown boy who came back to Sarasota, and we're very proud of him. His name is Mr. Derek Horn.
Hello, Sarasota. It feels so good to be back.
I almost don't recognize it. A lot has changed since I was a teenager, but I guess a lot can change in 5 years. So I've admired this festival for so long, and I've viewed it from afar, from the coast to the other coast in California. I worked at a film school out there. We'd submit our student films here. I got always excited when our films got in. So finally, Mark, I just want to thank you for giving me my dream job this year to be a part of this festival. And talking about short films, I just want to say you're going to hear a lot about feature films, but don't miss the shorts. It's always my favorite part. All the film students over there. We have an incredible program. There's roughly 128 short films, 24 of which are Florida-based short films, 12 are from local Sarasota filmmakers. I would say this year we have higher quality shorts than ever before. The local submissions quality has jumped significantly due to the efforts of Ringling College. Tony, where are you? And the local film commission, Jeannie Corcoran, where are you? We salute you. Thank you for your efforts. And just the rising recognition of the Sarasota, Bradenton area and the entire Gulf Coast as a film-loving community. So within the shorts programs, there's also some other interesting programs. One is the Sundance Gates Foundation short films, which premiered at the Sundance Festival in January, and this is the first encore screening of it. And it was a program to help facilitate a conversation about homelessness and poverty, and it was sponsored by the Gates Foundation. So we're giving them an encore presentation here. Another really interesting short film program not to miss is the Best of the Web shorts. So as you all know, it's a very timely topic. So many people are being discovered on the web, and we're going to have the VP of Programming of Maker Studios here for a panel afterwards. If you all know, Maker was acquired by Disney Studios last year. It's incredible what you could start putting little webisodes on YouTube and then make $500 million. So we're going to be talking about how having web series can launch your career, and we'll have some of those web series creators here with us, and that's on Wednesday, April 15th. So if you're not doing your taxes, come on down and laugh, and it's a great time. Most of them are comedy, so you'll really enjoy that program. And I think that's about it. Thank you. See you there.
Thanks, Derek. Appreciate it. Staying on the theme, by the way, of the local films, as we embark on our this annual journey to embrace the hearts and minds of our filmmakers, we'd like to especially spotlight the hearts and minds of our local filmmakers. Where is Jeannie Corcoran? Jeannie, are you here? There you go. There you go. Jeannie, we would like to salute you for all of the hard work that you do to promote filmmaking in our community. You and your organization help make all of this, you and your office help make all of this possible. And really it's shown because the overall quality of local submissions has jumped significantly, owing in great part to the great efforts of Jeannie at the film office and to Ringling School of the Arts, and to the rising recognition of Sarasota, Bradenton, and really the entire Gulf Coast as a community that loves, supports, and produces now truly independent film. So with that in mind, I want to highlight a couple of the features that you're going to see in the film guide that you get in a few minutes that have local roots. This is our Focus on Florida section. We have a wonderful documentary called 3.5 Minutes, which is about a very famous case in Jacksonville, a very famous murder case that many of you have heard of in the news. We have a documentary called Blood, Sweat, and Beer, which is about artisanal beer brewers. And for that documentary, they interviewed a brewery in Tampa and one in Jacksonville. And they are actually creating a special brew just for the 2015 Sarasota Film Festival. So we hope that you'll lift one of those to us with us in toast to the hearts and minds of independent film. We have a narrative film called Car Dogs that was executive produced by James Miller. I don't know if, Jim, are you here tonight? Who's a local producer here. We have a documentary called For the Record. One of the main characters in that documentary is from Sarasota, and he's name-checked very prominently in the film. Sarasota is name-checked very prominently in the film. We have, as Mark mentioned to you, our social issue focus, our theme of the festival is the hearts and minds of independent film, but our social issue focus is on homelessness, possibly, arguably, the #1 issue facing the community. And we have a whole series of films dealing with homelessness. One of them is by 2 recent FSU grad school alumni, and it is called Homeless, and you should check it out. Now, don't get confused. There is another film that is playing that is called Homeless, Homme less. There is Homeless and Homeless. This one is Homeless. Then very quickly, we have The Last Great Circus Flyer, which is a documentary about Miguel Vasquez, who pulled off the impossible quadruple in the 1982 Ringling Brothers performance. We have Tyke Elephant Outlaw world premiere. They shot their main trainer here in Florida. It deals with circus culture, and it's very tied to the recent announcement that Ringling Brothers is no longer going to have elephant acts. Thank you. And last but absolutely certainly not least, we have a very special film called Paradise, Florida. There you go. With a ton of Ringling students, Oslo Theater actors. We're very proud that Tony Stoprin and Nick Margulis and all the local talent and crew have chosen us for a big red carpet world premiere of their film at the Sarasota Opera House. You heard from Derek about the shorts. I also have to give a shout out, even though despite our best efforts, we couldn't convince her to come on stage. But Kaylee Fagerstrom, who's been running the shorts program, yes, for the last few years, Kaylee gives us our much needed continuity with so many new people this year. It was really important to have a tie to, a direct tie to the program that had gone on in the festival. And Kaylee, even though her title is Shorts Programmer, she actually helped Derek and me a lot in the features programming as well. Also this year, we're very proud to announce a new partnership. For over a decade now, the Screenwriters Colony has been sending rising stars of the screenwriters world to a 1-month program on the beach in Nantucket, providing them with mentorship, support, and writing time. Notable alumni have gone on to write films like Cake and Sunshine Cleaning, as well as TV shows like In Treatment, House of Cards, and a little show you may have heard of called Orange is the New Black. And this year, for the very first time, the Sarasota Film Festival is partnering with the Colony to create the Screenwriters Colony Sarasota, which will focus exclusively on writing for television series. We're going to be announcing, thank you, we're going to be announcing details on that in the coming weeks. Before I get to the other features, there's a few other key partnerships you'll see in the program. Our continued ties to and partnership with the Through Women's Eyes Festival and the Gulf Coast chapter of the National Committee and UN Women, and Terry and Mary and Ann, I saw y'all somewhere. There they are back there. Several years now we've been doing a festival in conjunction with them. We're so proud to be doing that again. We also have the repeats of our New York University NYU Shorts program and our Side-by-Side Symposium, which this year is going to be run by Ann Hubble and Amy Hobby of Tangerine Entertainment. And we have a new partnership with the Film Fatales, which is a support group for women filmmakers. And then, of course, Derek told you about the Sundance and Gates Foundation Shorts Challenge. Okay, enough with the preliminaries. Who's ready to hear about the features that we're going to be showing at the Sarasota Film Festival this year? We made you wait 28 minutes for this, but here we go. All right. You may have seen our press release earlier about our opening and closing night films. Our opening night film, in keeping with the social theme of homelessness, is a gorgeous film by Oren Moverman called Time Out of Mind. Many of you met Oren when he brought his film The Messenger here and then came back to do a reading of his play here. Oren is one of the most exciting emerging filmmakers in the country. This film is a beautifully moving film starring, believe it or not, Richard Gere as a homeless man. I will tell you that I walked into this movie unconvinced, and 5 minutes into it, Richard Gere and Oren Moverman had won me over. I think you're going to really, really love this movie. Ben Vereen stars. Jenna Malone stars, Kira Sedgwick stars, but it's really Richard Gere's movie, and we feel like Richard Gere's going to get nominated for an Oscar and maybe even win an Oscar for this performance. So do not miss opening night. Oren will be in attendance. He is bringing cast members with him. We're not allowed to say which cast members those are, but I will say that I don't think you're going to be disappointed if you show up for opening night and the opening night party. Closing night, as you saw, I'll See You in My Dreams. Now, in contrast to the opening night, which is a very heavy movie, very important movie, but very heavy movie, I'll See You in My Dreams, very enjoyable, light comedy. It's about Blythe Danner, who everyone loves, plays a widow who, after 30 years without her husband, is starting to think about maybe finding love again. It also stars the inimitable Sam Elliott and Martin Starr, who you may remember from Freaks and Geeks. Great cast. Great film. The filmmaker, Brett Haley, you may have seen here, his first film, The New Year, won the Audience Award at the Sarasota Film Festival. And the producer, Laura Smith, her produced first film, That Evening Sun, won the Audience Award as well. So it's the return of some great heroes of the festival, of festivals past. So, now to the parts that you have not heard yet, and you are the first people in the entire world to be hearing this. IndieWire called me, I told them, call me tomorrow. New York Times called me, I told them, call me tomorrow. We give it to Sarasota first. As you know, we have two centerpiece films every year. This year we have a narrative centerpiece and a documentary centerpiece. The narrative centerpiece was honestly my favorite film at Sundance, a fantastic film called The End of the Tour. It's directed by James Ponsoldt, whose previous films were Smashed and The Spectacular Now, which he brought to Sarasota. The Spectacular Now is a story about David Foster Wallace, and it stars Jesse Eisenberg and Jason Segel. Jason Segel as David Foster Wallace, the author, and Jesse Eisenberg as the reporter who goes to spend the end of the tour with him. And it's a thought-provoking movie, it's a touching movie, and it's a great ride. Also starring in that film are Mickey Sumner, who many of you have met in years past. She will be returning to the festival. And Mamie Gummer, who you may know as Meryl Streep's daughter, and also from appearances in many films. So that's our narrative spotlight, our narrative centerpiece. Our documentary centerpiece is a film by Andi Timoner, who is the only person to win Sundance twice. It's a documentary called Brand, A Second Coming, and it's about Russell Brand, the comedian turned social activist. And you may have seen that this film opened South by Southwest. So we're very, very excited to have her in. We'll be giving Andi an award at the closing night awards ceremony, and she will be here to present her film in its centerpiece showing. Real briefly, not as in-depth, but real briefly, I'll tell you about our spotlight films. Then I'll tell you about some celebrity guests and parties, and we'll have lots of time to talk afterwards. So this year we have 4 documentary and 4 narrative spotlight films. Our spotlight films are the films that we feel like have especially broad appeal. There are a lot of, what's really important for a festival is to have room for filmmakers to stretch their legs and kind of experiment with some things. Some things work, some things don't. Some people like some people don't like some. And that's fine, that's what a festival is for. But the spotlight films are the ones that we feel like no matter who you are, you can walk in and you can enjoy these films. They're really masterfully done. Our narrative spotlight 4 films this year. First is a film called Bereave, which stars Malcolm McDowell and Jane Seymour. Second is a festival favorite called Clouds of Sils Maria, which stars Juliette Binoche and Kristen Stewart. Third is a film called Love and Mercy, which is a Beach Boys biopic, although it's not light and airy. It's, as I've been saying, it's less Help Me Rhonda, and it's more In My Room, if you know what I mean. John Cusack plays the older Brian Wilson, and Paul Dano plays the younger Brian Wilson. That also stars Paul Giamatti and Elizabeth Banks. And then our final narrative spotlight film is called Results. It stars Guy Pearce, Kobe Smulders, Brooklyn Decker, Sports Illustrated swimsuit model Brooklyn Decker, and Anthony Michael Hall, who many of you remember from the 80s. That's directed by Andrew Bujalski, who is one of the nation's most respected directors, and of course part of his start was at the Sarasota Film Festival. So this is sort of a recurring theme in the program. We have notable alumni who've gone on to do great things that are now bringing their current films back to the festival, which is something we want to encourage. Real quickly, the 4 documentary spotlights are Cartel Land by Matthew Heineman, which is honestly, I think, the best documentary I've seen in the last couple of years. It's a stunning documentary about 2 vigilante groups, one in Arizona and one in the south of Mexico, both of whom are fighting against the drug cartels. And it will make you question everything you think about the drug trade and immigration and vigilantism and everything else in your life. It's amazing. Second is Hot Type, which is by Barbara Koppel, 2-time Oscar Award winner and former guest here. You may have met Barbara here before. It is about the history of the magazine The Nation, which has been the nation's, the country's premier progressive publication for a long time, over a century. Third in our documentary spotlight is Finders Keepers by Brian Carberry and J. Clay Tweel. This one we couldn't resist putting into spotlight. Let me tell you what it's about, and you'll see why. It's about a lawsuit between a man who lost his lost foot and a man who bought a barbecue grill and found his lost foot in the barbecue grill and wants to keep it. This is what the documentary is about. You will never forget this documentary, no matter how long you live. And last but not least, many of you know that about a month ago, a little less than a month ago, pretty undisputably the greatest living documentarian, Albert Maysles, passed away. It's a huge loss for the film community and the documentary community. We, as a festival, had ties to the Maysles family. We're very, very proud to be presenting his penultimate film, Iris, which is about the New York fashion icon Iris Apfel. It's a really wonderful, heartwarming film, and we'll be doing a couple of other little things to tribute Albert throughout the festival, including a original short documentary about Albert and his influence that we'll be showing at the Closing Night Awards. All right, last thing on my agenda. Who wants to hear about what celebrities we have coming in? Is anybody interested in that, or should we just stop? We can just, okay. Okay, good. So I told you that opening night, Oren Moverman is coming to present his film and bringing some cast. We can't actually. There's one we can announce, right? Yeah. So we can mention that Ben Vereen, the legendary Ben Vereen, will be coming on opening night. We think we have a nice surprise cooked up for someone else associated with that film, but we won't say any names. And then also that weekend, that first weekend, David Gordon Green is bringing his film Manglehorn, which stars Al Pacino and Holly Hunter. Again, David is going to be in attendance. We're working on some cast surprises there, but can't promise anything yet. Many of you saw the invitation that went out for our luncheon, Friday luncheon, which is with Jane Seymour and Cloris Leachman. Jane Seymour, of course, many of you know her as Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, but she's had a long career in TV and film, and just it lightens up any room with her grace and beauty. She's a wonderful woman. And then also at that luncheon is Cloris Leachman, legendary Cloris Leachman, Oscar winner. I think it's true that she has more. Check me on this, press people that are here before you print it. But I think it's true that she's won more Emmys than any other person alive. So she's really captured the hearts and minds of the television community. So you got to pay attention now. You might have some hearts and minds smack you in the head if not. As I told you, we have Blythe Danner coming in for closing night. As I told you, Mickey Sumner is going to be returning. We also have a returning favorite, Jess Wexler, coming in, crowned the new Indie Queen by New York Magazine. And last but not least, we have the, speaking of grace and beauty and Oscars, we are going to have the great Rachel Weisz joining us on the second Saturday of the festival. The Oscar winner for The Constant Gardener, known by some people as the wife of James Bond. We can neither confirm nor deny the attendance of any secret agents in our midst. Otherwise, our hearts and minds would be removed by the CIA. But in all seriousness, we do have a number of surprises up our sleeve that we weren't able to quite confirm enough to tell you about tonight. But we're very excited about all of our guests. Oh yes. So the luncheon is on Friday, as always, but then we're also doing something on Saturday, the second Saturday, the 18th, called Tea by the Sea. And Blythe Danner is going to be joining us for what is, in effect, a second luncheon, although we're billing it as a tea because it's like at the Ritz-Carlton. It's on the top floor of the Ritz-Carlton Beach Club, overlooking the ocean. It's going to be very genteel golf. Overlooking the Gulf, excuse me, not the ocean. The Gulf, pardon me. Yeah, you don't have to drive over to the ocean to see it. Overlooking the water. And it's going to be very genteel, very intimate luncheon with Blythe. And then we're going to roll our conversation into that luncheon. Several of these other people I've been telling you about we'll have conversations with as well. You should check the website for those. Mark, what else have I missed? What else do I need to hit here? Cinema Tropical will be performing and will be returning after a several-year hiatus. We'll be returning to Michael's, which is, I know, some of your favorite place for it to be. So those of you who are, it's your favorite will be happy. We're going back to Michael's for Cinema Tropical. Very excited about that. For the Friday night luncheon will still be at the Yacht Club. The Saturday luncheon will be at the Ritz-Carlton. Opening night will be at the Opera House this year, as will the closing night awards ceremony and the closing night film and several of the other larger screenings. Yes, Florida Studio Theater will once again be home for our panels and conversations. And man, Florida Studio Theater, we could not do it without you, that's for sure. So thank you, FST. You're a wonderful, welcoming environment for these things to happen in, and we really appreciate you. Thank you all so much. We love Sarasota. We've got a beautiful festival to show you this year. Thank you.
Well, that about wraps it up for this year's opening for the 17th Annual Sarasota Film Festival here at beautiful Selby Gardens. We've had a glimpse as to what's going to be playing and a sneak preview as to who's going to be here. It's going to be an incredible year. Thanks for joining us. I'm Liz Flower with METV, and I'll see you at the movies.